I have a young lady who's constantly on my DMs asking me for a sponsorship, and she has some websites that she does outside in the world, and great for her, great, awesome. But as a corporation, it's something that you can't. There's got to be some morality to it at the end. Like, you got to be a good person.
Oh, so you haven't seen my OnlyFans yet? The hard part for a lot of stunt riders to understand that it is a business.
It is.
You really have to treat yourself like a business if you're going to make that step forward to be a sponsored rider, because it's not charity.
No.
You can't just take just because you're a dope stunt rider. Like, you have to like provide some sort of something, like you said, to brand.
Mm-hmm.
And I noticed that I've had sponsors before, but as soon as I started talking on my videos, it was like easy to pick up sponsors.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like it's because you're connecting more with people,
mm-hmm.
and people now know who you are, and you're more
genuine.
Yeah, genuine. They know they people feel like they're your friend.
Right. I don't want a corporate robot. I don't, I work for lawyers, of course, but I want authentic people. I want you to slip up and screw up and completely foobar something. But at the end of the day, that's who you are. You're learning. Like, we want that as a company. We want the authentic, like, our conversations are authentic. There's no, we don't hide anything from each other. At the end of the day, it's like, I need this from you. I want to be upfront. You tell me if you can deliver or not. But when you can see someone, you can see in someone's eyes and soul, like when they're truly love the industry, everybody who listens to this podcast, they will see who's authentic in the world.
Mm-hmm.
And then they're going to see in the motorcycle industry who the sharks are, who the people that just want to give you the money and they don't ever talk to you again, and you're done after a year.
Yeah.
And it's gotten hard. Marketing money has gotten hard over the last couple of years, obviously with COVID and some other stuff. But at the end of the day, people who give money, they want more. They want that person. They want that personal touch so they can put it on social and they can interact and do their own thing. And to answer your question, I think the best thing that a young person is they got to get out of their comfort zone. They got to ask the questions. They've got to ask the person that's been doing it forever. And that's the only way you're going to learn. I always tell people in the industry, you can ask, no question is stupid, because in the day you want to learn. And there's a lot of people, and I say it all the time, I don't know. You're going to ask me questions, I guarantee you in this podcast that I'm not going to know, but I'm going to pick up the phone and I'll get back to you. Like, I'll find somebody who's going to give you the right answer.
Yeah, well, they don't know what they don't know, though. And
right.
That's why I do these podcasts, because you literally have no idea like how to even go about it. I see people in literally comment sections asking for sponsorships.
Sure.
And it's so cringe. You guys, please stop doing that. Please. If you're one of those people that comment, sponsor me, or just please stop. So you said a resume. How do they send that to you?
So the easiest way to connect with your local Law Tiger, social media. We all have Facebook and Instagram. DM us. We're all in charge of our local markets. So I'm Law Tigers Arizona, and I have a great partner, Sam, who's on the east side. Him and I tag team our market, because Arizona is one of the biggest markets in the country. I've gotten a lot. I sponsor every racing series in Arizona. I do have some great partnerships in that. And at the end of the day, I've gained a lot of friends and people that I've sponsored through that, and young kids, because they're up and comers. Who race and stuff, but I want resumes of like, hey guys, you're out in the community. You might have done a race here or there, or so our stunt riders. At the end of the day, it's like, hey, did you come out to this event? Hey, did I meet you? Did you make an impression where you're like, the squeaky wheel always gets something. So I want you to be like, hey, you're always tagging, liking, commenting on our posts. I want you to see your engagement with us. And I want to see that you're willing to step out of that comfort zone. So with this podcast, I think at the end of the day, we're going to give the tools to let people succeed. It's up to them if they're going to be successful or not.
Yes, I've mentioned that before. Like, support these. If you want a partnership with a company, say you believe in a brand and you truly like, okay, I really like their stuff. I love their, for me, what I think of as branding. I love their branding. I love how they represent themselves. I love how professional they are. I would like to connect myself with that brand. Comment on their post, share their post, like their things, be active in their social media, because they spent like 30 minutes making that post.
Right.
And if you can just comment a genuine post or comment to help the engagement, share it for them, that goes so far.
Absolutely.
They notice, because especially when you do it multiple times and every single post or every other day, they start seeing, who is this Drea Stunts? You know?
Right. And at the end of the day, it's companies have spent a lot. We've gone digital. Everybody's gone digital. We all have social media. And commenting on our social, I know there's probably 10 people in my head that I see constantly and on our social media. And at the end of the day, you're right. Absolutely. Don't DM me in the first time that you post, hey, I want a corporate sponsorship with you and I need a new bike. And no. That's just not going to work. I'm going to tell you to go pound sand. I mean, we'll just delete it and I'll comment on it. But it's you guys just be active in your community, no matter what it is. That, like you said, I go after people and brands and things that I love because I'm a rider. I ride multiple different types of bikes, and I go after people that are cool, things I like, and just get behind them.
Yeah,
just absolutely.
Yeah, that's I think the biggest thing is showing your support before you're even like partner with them, you know, and then they see that, okay, they're consistent. Who is this person? You know,
absolutely. And then the stunt world too. I think you always have a local dealership. You're always going to have that dealership that they do the stunt shows at, or you're going to have, what do you guys call the area you guys do? You call it a certain thing. I can't remember.
Spot?
Yeah. But
where we practice?
Where you guys practice. Everybody has that spot in their community or their local dealership or that place behind the grocery store that they go do stuff. And go do that. Go show up there. Go see the pros and the people that have more talent. Ask the questions, talk to them, befriend people, get in the community. And, you know, you're not going to get paid for that, but it shows them that you're in it. But go to your local dealership and, you know, buy parts from a certain one and befriend the owners or the managers and ask them for sponsorships and go with that and then work it into a partnership. So
what you're saying is build relationships.
At the end of the day,
sum it up.
Absolutely. At the end of the day,
relationships are everything.
Yep. And
authentic relationships.
Yep.
You know, and I think offering a helping hand without expecting a return is the best way to do it.
Absolutely.
You know, and once you open your hand to give, once you give, it opens your hand to receive. Let's say that.
It's good karma. At the end of the day, it's just it's good for the universe and good for you. And if you can be a willing, good person that just does the right thing, it's gonna come back to you in tenfold.
Yeah,
I guarantee you.
You know what really fucking blows? This LEXIN P5 Advanced Smart Tire Pump. It blows up to 150 psi. So when you guys see me giving you free smoke all day, it's because I got my LEXIN P5 with me and I'm able to change my tire anywhere I go. It's super compact and it could fit in your backpack or your saddlebags, and it also doubles as a phone charger. It's super fancy, comes with a digital adjustable setting that you just set and go. So loosen the pressure and get yourself a LEXIN P5. And you can use my discount code GETVERTICAL for 15% off lexin-moto.com.
So have you gotten a lot of riders in your DMs ever?
So in the last 2 years, I've probably had 15 riders in Arizona who ride sport bikes that have cages around them, to the Grom squads, guys that really don't have a lot of talent yet. And I've got one or two that are back on the back burner. I tell them, guys, just get out and ride and show me that you're coming to a big event or a big ride and you're doing your thing. You know, I need to see you with a helmet on. I need safety. But yeah, I do get comments on our social for people for potential sponsorships.
So you mentioned you need a helmet on.
Yep.
What about streets as far as stunt riding goes? What what do you guys think about that?
We want you to be safe. And as I can say, the best thing is, of course, we want you to obey traffic laws and stuff like that. We know that the streets are our playground. They all, we want to do safety. You guys go to the lot. That's the word I was trying to think.
Oh, a lot, yeah.
Yeah. So it's a cordoned off area where you're safe. The businesses are okay with you guys being there. You respect your space. You don't trash it. You don't leave trash. You respect your area. To answer your question, we would like you to do it in a safe manner.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. I know it's like some companies, and I think Giselle did mention it's hard to back someone that's all streets. It's hard. It's just hard to get behind as a corporate company.
Correct.
Someone that's just like blatantly breaking the law constantly.
And being personal injury lawyers, law tigers, obviously, we want you to do it in a safe manner. Streets, you put a lot of people in danger and yourself. There's no cage around us. When we get hurt, it's catastrophic normally. So we want you to do it at the lot or find that place that's safe for you to do it and hone your craft. Mm-hmm. Have fun. Yeah. Crash. Do things, but be safe and always wear a helmet. We always use safety gear. We've had this conversation and, there might be some helmet purchases here and there for people that need them. But I just want to say that, after 5 years, guys, you need to get a new helmet. There is a life expectancy of a helmet that does degrade. But to Giselle's point, we just want you to be safe.
Yeah, I feel that. And it's like a look, like when you're representing a company, you kind of have to like uphold yourself morally and be that image that a company would want to back.
Absolutely. And I'm going to go off script here for a second. I have a young lady who's constantly on my DMs asking me for a sponsorship. And she has some websites that she does outside in the world. And great for her, great, awesome. But as a corporation, it's something that you can't, there's got to be some morality to it at the end. Like, you got to be a good person.
Oh, so you haven't seen my OnlyFans yet?
No. Or will I? Your husband is a very large man, and no, I will never see your OnlyFans.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny. I'm just playing. I don't have one.
I don't want to know.
Don't know. Don't tell.
Don't tell me.
Yeah, don't know.
No, I plead the fifth.
That's funny. Well, okay, I didn't even think about it that way. What about the chicks that wear no gear, that are like dressing in their bikini doing stunts?
No. Flat out, no. I need you safe. And when we crash, our skin's like paper. Uh-huh. I want you in gear. I want you in some form of gear where you're doing it, where I can rebrand it. I can promote my company. There might be companies out there that would be like, great, it's awesome, great views. I know that I see in the industry that there's people that wear bikinis that do social media, and it's like, great, but as a lawyer, as what we need for ROI, I can't promote that. So
you know what though? I think it just depends on what business or company you want to be sponsored by.
True. That
fits your personal branding. So my personal branding, for those that don't understand that lingo, is Drea Stunts. I have a family. I like to ride the lot. I don't fuck with the streets. So a company like Law Tigers might be a better fit for me than Beast Unleash the Beast. Right. So that's more for the party guys. Mm-hmm. Let's leave that for the party dudes that want to drink and are cool. That company, obviously, they don't care that you're drinking and riding.
Right. There's probably 3 or 4 companies I can say, but I'm not going to, that they want the TNA. They want that exposure of its views. You put a pretty girl, you put someone drinking or smoking something and they're doing wheelies. Maybe that fits with their brand or that their clientele. But maybe, as that person grows, they're like, this was a sponsorship, not a partnership. So at the end of the day, they're like, it's one and done because they're already on to the next person that can give them more.
Oh, shit. I didn't even think about that.
Right?
Wow. Yeah, unless you build a deeper relationship with them, I guess.
Right.
That's interesting. So what have you learned since you joined with Law Tigers about sponsorships?
I've gained a lot of knowledge through the industry. I've made a lot of mistakes, and I've sponsored things and people that they just wanted the money and they ran. And now I sit down and I have conversations, as we did multiple times before. And at the end of the day, I'll ask my partner, "What do you need?" It's not always about the money. Do you need help opening doors for you, talking to other sponsor people that we maybe have connection? Do you need equipment? Do you need something for your bike? Sometimes it's easier for me because I can use my partnerships and discounts. Like, hey, I got a guy. I know the owner of this helmet company, or somebody that you need a suit, or you need jacket, or you need boots, or hey, you want to go do this event? I've got the in with it. And, like here in Arizona, modded culture. It's something that a new event that's coming up, that's up and coming, that we're behind with, thanks to you and Ryan with Chris. And it's just opening those doors for people. And at the end of the day, it might be that as a partnership because people don't know how to do it.
Well, you mentioned like you getting people, like other sponsored riders, not necessarily stunt riders, I'm assuming.
Right.
You're in a lot of different niches.
Yeah.
Just taking the money and running. That's like one thing that bugs me, because those people ruin it for everyone. Because there's a few companies that I've talked to and they don't even want to F with us because they've been burned so many times by, even photographers and stuff. Like brands will give them a product in hopes for return on digital images, and they don't come through. And then they won't sponsor the next rider or the next person because they've been burned so many times with people not coming through. It's not even worth the headache anymore. Right. It's like, what's the point?
And it sucks. It sucks. It hurts our industry.
It hurts it in both ways. It hurts the company, that brand, and then it hurts the future people that are really trying to do something and are taking this shit serious, because this is like a real thing. Like, this is my full-time thing. This is all I do, and it's like with those people that have like hurt my friends, because they are my friends, and their businesses, by just taking and like you said, running. It like really bugs me, dude. It really does.
And you being authentic, and people in the industry that are don't hold back. If someone's not treating you right, have that conversation with that sponsor. We're going, hey, this isn't working out for us. It's okay to have those conversations, because we had this conversation earlier. It's like, then it becomes like you dread it. It becomes a negative, and then you're not wanting to perform, or you're not wanting to do things. That get to somebody that you feel that you're passionate about. Have those relationships where you can call, the head of some company or the head of marketing and say, hey, right now, like, can we pivot? Because I'm not feeling this. Like, I'm not helping you because it's not helping me. And being the sponsored rider, you are the athlete. And I use that word a lot because you truly are. You're everything. Like, they're paying you for a performance, and they want to get the most out of you. And if you're not feeling it, or if it's just you're having a down moment, like, hey man, I'll make it up to you, but right now I'm not feeling this because it's not what I feel like I can give you 100%.
Yeah, no, totally. But I think that goes back to having the relationship with whatever company you're partnering with, because then you can have that conversation. Like, Jay, I know you sponsor the podcast and you're expecting that commercial every episode, but I lost my voice for 2 weeks.
Yeah, we had that conversation.
And, and you're like, okay, no worries,
Right.
And it's like, to be able to have a real conversation with someone and it not be like so transactional and not so like, fuck it, I'll just ghost him,
Right.
It matters.
And you stress those conversations, but at the end of the day, I'd rather have somebody rip the Band-Aid off and be authentic. Be like, I just can't do this. Like, I got something that come up. You weren't feeling well. You and I behind the scenes, we worked on a corporate event and it just didn't come to fruition. But we were completely honest about it. And it was a Mother's Day's thing. And I'm like, go spend it with your family.
Yeah.
Like, take care of you. Because ultimately, if you take care of yourself and I show you that respect, you're going to give it back to me tenfold. You may have the most hardest conversation you think in your mind you have to me, but at the end of the day, I'm like, I got you. We'll make it up. And it's only going to get better.
Yeah.
Because we built that trust.
I think so too. And I think, man, we had a conversation about this off camera before, is setting boundaries, because, and that goes for any companies that might be listening that are interested in sponsoring stunt riders or riders in general, or anyone, is like both company and rider need to set boundaries. Like, I am going to give you this for that, because, or at least have an idea of what this equal goal is, because then you're either overperforming and doing way too much for what you're getting in return, both ways.
Absolutely.
And like maybe the company's giving way more than they're getting in return from the rider, or the rider's giving way more than they're getting in return from the company, or you're underperforming and someone else is bitter.
Right. Absolutely. I think we've had conversations, hours of conversations, and at the end of the day, we've set boundaries and things that you can perform and I can help with, or it's outside the podcast. And unfortunately, you just gotta be honest.
Yes.
And you're only hurting yourself. And this goes to just getting maturity in the industry. If you don't talk to people, you're only gonna hurt yourself and you're gonna hurt that partnership. But at the end of the day, just talk to them. Just have those brutally honest conversations. It's somewhat of a business transaction, but at the end of the day, you're talking to your friend.
Yeah.
And just be real with them. And the motorcycle industry is an amazing industry, and there's a lot of good people. And just talk to your marketing person or whoever's giving you the sponsorship. So
I have a question.
Yeah.
So there's the local. Obviously, this is different in every company.
Sure.
But for Law Tigers, there's the local Law Tigers, and then there's the corporate Law Tigers.
Correct.
So what is the difference when you're a sponsored rider?
So the great thing about Law Tigers, we're a little bit unique as a business. So I actually work for a law firm here in Arizona. I don't work for Law Tigers. And we have AML, American Association of Lawyers throughout the nation. That's Law Tigers. So we have a corporate, and then we have our local marketing managers. So I'm a local marketing manager for Arizona. Myself and Sam, we take care of Arizona. So our corporate office and our owners, Ari and Warren, are here in Scottsdale. And they deal in, we have regional managers. Mine is Bill. And we have Lionel, who is our CFO under Ari. They deal with Sturgis, the big events kind of thing. And they oversee everybody. And they write Giselle. She's corporate Law Tigers. So when we did this podcast, or we were talking about the podcast, I reached out to her and said, hey, I want to sponsor Drea. What do you, I threw some ideas at her. But being corporate Law Tigers, they oversee all of us, and they have a separate budget. So there's a corporate budget, and then there's a local budget. So our big YouTubers and our big people like yourself and stuff like that, they look at those people and they can sponsor them directly. Where we came up with a grassroots Arizona marketing, you and I, and we had a negotiation. We figured out what was comparable for us. So we kick it up the flagpole when at the end of the day, if it's above my pay grade, I'll say, hey, look, that's more of a national thing. You want to do stuff nationwide? Let me call my office and let's have those conversations.
Yeah. So like I was talking to Giselle about possibly helping Bruce get to drift across.
Okay.
And Sturgis in Four Corners.
Mm-hmm.
So that would be a corporate thing.
Correct.
Because it's outside of Arizona.
Correct.
Am I understanding that correctly?
So it's outside Arizona, but I know those marketing managers in Colorado, and it would kind of be a little bit of New Mexico because it's so close to New Mexico. So I could reach out to them, but it would be our corporate level people that I would get. I would talk to our regional, and then a Giselle or someone above that to kind of make those decisions. Hey, this corporate event, let's bring these people, or I want to introduce you, have that partnership. Let's make that phone ring.
I see.
Yeah.
That's cool. And you mentioned like different budgets and stuff. You had said once that there's like a budget for this, a budget for that, budget for that, budget for that, and the whole budget of the year. Like, can you explain that better? Explain that how you explained that to me.
So, as a law tiger, I have my own small business. This is my business. I have a P&L. I've got line items. So it may not be sponsorship money. It might be you may need print, something for me to print flyers. Everybody in an industry likes a flyer at an event or leading up to it at a dealership or somewhere, cycle gear, stuff like that, where they can say, oh, this is an upcoming event. I want this. I want to go to this. I've got a budget for that. I've got a budget for equipment. I have a budget for tents. I have certain budgets in my overall budget line items where I can pull from there. I can help you there. Like it might not be money, but I can maybe buy a partner tent or you may need tires or, just stuff like that. So I can pull from those resources.
Do you think that's how every company is, or?
I don't know. When it's done properly as a corporation or a marketing department, and that's truly what we are. We're a big marketing department. It should be done that way because it keeps everything in line and they're lawyers.
Is it easier to give product because you have a receipt that you can write off?
No, I have all my receipts I turn in, but it's just I can pull out of certain parts of my budget. So I can go, this year I spent X dollars. So next year I need more of that line item to help more people. So let me back up. So 3 years ago, I had probably 20 sponsored events and riders and things. I wanted them to have a partner tent. So that's their logo, their brand, and Law Tigers. Because I can't be everywhere. And trust me, I work a lot. But I wanted them to be everywhere. I wanted people to see that I was sponsoring them. And it shows ownership. I had them everywhere. So I went back to my office and said, hey, when we do our budget next year, I want additional X amount of money so I can do more partner tents. So every year I reevaluate it. I might not do less of this, more of this. But for me as a marketing department, looking at sponsorships or partnerships, I want to be able to get the most maximize my money out there for my riders. So if they're doing it right, yeah, they should have it's a small business. It's a budget.
Okay, I seriously cannot be the only one that does not trust insurance companies. Don't you feel like they never pay you what you deserve for your accident? That's why I always call Law Tigers. They're specialized motorcycle attorneys. Yes, there's a difference between motorcycles and cars. That's why you need to call Law Tigers, because they are the experts and you are not. And what's dope about them is you don't have to pay anything out of pocket. It comes out of your settlement. So if they don't get you paid, then they don't get paid. And the best part is once you call them, they take care of everything for you. You don't have to think about it at all until you're signing the paperwork saying case closed. Don't let these insurance companies screw you over. Call Law Tigers and tell them that Drea sent you. If you're local to Arizona, call my boy Jay. I'll leave his info in the description below.
Can I ask you an industry political question?
Sure.
Why is it so political when it comes to law firms as far as like territory?
Well, for me personally, we do have, let's just say in Arizona, there was 9,000 motorcycle accidents last year. 9,000.
Wow.
And in Arizona, our firm started here in Arizona. This is where Law Tiger started over 20 plus years ago. And at the end of the day, I get territorial. These are my people. I go out to I visit. So my kind of job title, I go visit over 219 motorcycle shops during the week. I do events on the weekends and nights, and I go help, when I can. But at the end of the day, I get territorial with my people, that they're mine kind of thing. But other law firms, I want everybody to get help. If it's not Law Tigers, I want you to go get help, because at the end of the day, when someone gets hurt, it's usually catastrophic and you're in long-term care. So go get legal help. But of course, take care of the people who take care of you, because it helps both of us. But I don't have anybody in Arizona that's my competitor. I own it because I do everything. I'm there.
Why is it so weird between the law firms? I didn't realize this until
we're gonna go there. We're gonna go there,
okay.
And I'll be.
I know that's a tough question.
It is, and I'm gonna be as politically correct as I can. I've never kicked out another law firm at an event that I've been at. I play well with others. In the last year, we've seen in Arizona in the industry, people get very territorial that aren't maybe in Arizona that are a law firm. Maybe they're based out of California or another state, and they don't like us because they're jealous. They see what we do. We've had other law firms tell our partners to take down their tents because it says Law Tigers on it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you know what? We take care of them. You don't.
Yeah.
Let's just play well and show your people how you can help them, not hurt them.
Mm-hmm.
So it's gotten this last year, it's because of COVID and people worrying about their marketing dollars and budgets. They've gotten real territorial, and I've played well with everyone until this last few months where I've seen they hurt my people, and I protect them just like I do my family. So,
well, it's just weird because I've never seen it with any other companies.
nope.
It's only law firms.
Yes, you will see territorial with certain dealerships with their DMAs.
Oh yes,
Like-
dealerships too.
Yeah, dealerships. But when it comes to,
But it's almost like the dealerships are almost like a respect kind of.
it is.
more of a respect thing.
Yeah.
Like I respect you just so you can respect me, but I feel like the law firms are like, like I'm gonna take you down.
Well, think about it though. A law firm at the end of the day, I am the brand of Law Tigers. I'm everything. I'm everything you see on social media, everything. You don't see a lawyer. I can have my lawyer sitting here and have this conversation with you. But at the end of the day, I'm the brand for Arizona. So when you see another brand come from outside Arizona into our market or a local law firm, they don't like competition. Because they're not authentic. They don't ride for one. And I'm sorry, their commercials say on TV, I'm strong, I'm with an axe, I can do this, or I'm going to give you the bird or do inappropriate things. I would say 90+% of them don't ride. Then they're not authentic. They can talk, but they get mad and they get pissed and they get confrontational. I had an issue at a race one time, and they're like, "You're not a sponsor, don't be here." I'm like, I've got like 30 friends out there that are riding. Like, stop. Like, calm down.
Yeah,
like, I'm allowed to be here.
relax.
Like I would never do the same thing, but it goes back to they're just insecure.
Yeah.
They're just a-holes. And yeah.
Well, that's why I like partnering with you guys, because you guys aren't like super controlling.
No.
Which is, I can't deal with that kind of stress. Not for any dollar.
It's not worth it.
No, it's not. It's not worth it.
All the stress and the heartache and stuff, and just go ride, go have fun. And we're here. And, you know, when you do get in an accident or when you do get hurt, give me a call. Everyone's got my personal cell phone, or hit us on social media. And Los Tigers, Arizona, by the way, Facebook and Instagram. I'm just going to say that's me.
I was going to ask you at the end anyway. So,
but you know, just get out and ride, and don't worry about the Law Tiger brand, because we'll help that. But I want you as an athlete or you as a rider just to go do your thing. And if you have a hiccup, I'll have those hard conversations with a dealership or a marketing person or something like that. Let me be the bad guy. You be, and I'll say it's my fault. It's my fault. So.
oh shit. Okay. Are you sure about that?
Bring it. I got thick skin.
So I just want to reel it back a little bit and
Sure.
get more clarity and like solid advice.
Sure.
What can a new rider do to be more attractive to a sponsored like a company?
I want, and this is what I want, and I have a little bit of knowledge on this. I want you to write a resume, kind of like you're looking for a job. Ultimately, I want you to go after companies that you believe in, where your heart's in. I need you to get out in the community, and I need you to talk to those people, get uncomfortable, have those amazing conversations, befriend them. And everything starts, I say it a million times in a year, everything starts with a conversation. Just go have a conversation with that sponsor.
So it's relationships.
Absolutely.
Comes down to the relationships.
Absolutely.
But how do you get a relationship with someone that like you don't even...
Treya, you and I didn't have any kind of relationship until you and I had a conversation, right?
Yeah, but
We didn't know each other. We had a mutual friend that introduced us.
how do you get in if you don't know anyone?
Go to events.
Oh, I fucking know.
Uh-oh.
I know.
Oh, did you see a light bulb?
Yes.
Holy hell, you had a blonde moment. Holy shit.
This is why I have conversations like this.
Right?
I know, because I do this. You go to the events and you talk to the people that are working the tents. They're usually the ones like you.
Relationships.
And you start supporting them.
Right.
Build a relationship.
Show up. You got to put the time in.
Pound pavement.
You have to. You gotta get, a new pair of shoes. I want you to pound the pavement and have those conversations with that marketing person or the representative of whatever company it is. You just got to be out there. I don't care if it's your second week on a bike and you just put a cage on it, and you're wanting to learn how to wheelie. There's some really good programs on learn how to wheelie out there. And at the end of the day, it's just get out there. It's going to take you a while, but don't feel defeated. Just keep having those conversations.
That's good advice, because it does take a while to build relationships, and that goes for any friendship.
Right.
In general, you can't just ask to be invited to someone's house and you just met them yesterday.
No, it's not going to happen.
So you got to build that relationship before you get enough trust to be let in.
Right. Be part of a group. Social media, there's a lot of riding groups there's stunt groups. I mean, Sport Bikes and Chill in Arizona and to other avenues, and you'll find your area for stunt riding.
Harley Stunt Riders Get Vertical.
There you go.
That's our Facebook group.
Yep.
Are you in it?
Of course I am. I have been for a while.
Did I add you? I don't remember.
Yeah, you did a few weeks ago. It took a while.
Not active.
I'm sorry. It's been a little bit crazy. Arizona's been a little bit crazy. We're getting ready to get in our winter time. Our summer's our winter.
We're going to have to get you on a wheelie.
Who says I can't wheelie now? Wow.
You don't look like you're a wheelie type.
So I have an RC51. I've got, I think, one of the most expensive Groms in Arizona. I know how to wheelie.
Really?
You
have a Grom?
I do. I've got a 181. I've spent so much money on this Grom. This is a Gen 2 Grom. I've got Oleans, everything, race, everything. And I've got an FTR 1200 carbon that I love to wheelie. But yeah, I know how to wheelie.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, this is Jay. He's local to Arizona. If you ever get into a motorcycle accident, call him.
Sure.
Because literally, like, you don't know what the fuck you're doing. And you guys go to court for your riders, and you do everything legal for them.
Absolutely. We take the stress away from you, usually in one of your worst times of need. And I guess the number one asked question when I talk to an injured rider, how's my bike? What's going on with my bike?
No, we don't care about it.
I've got guys missing legs and arms. Like, how's my bike? How's, Suzy Q, or how's this, or how's that? And that's, by the way, that's a bike name I just threw out there. But normally I'm talking to family members and stuff, and, sometimes it's catastrophic, but at the end of the day, we take that stress away from you to help you get the max amount of money, because these insurance companies, they want to give you, their shareholder, they want to give you nothing. And they want to just tell you to sign. And maybe you need long-term care. Maybe your back or leg, and you need 6 months, you need 3 or 4 years of therapy. We're going to negotiate that. And you can't do that on your own. And our lawyers, they went to college for multiple years to help, those injured riders. And we're specific on motorcycle injured riders. So I think we're the best. And at the end of the day, I will vouch, and my phone's on 24/7. I'll help you. I'll answer the questions. If I don't have it, I'll call the lawyers to have them call you back.
And we don't got to pay you anything until the case is closed.
Absolutely. And it's a free consultation, not like other ones. We don't need you to sign until you have that conversation, and it's free.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thanks, Jake, for sharing all your knowledge today.
Well, thanks for having me. And hopefully I'll see some throughout the country. We'll see some new riders hitting some partnerships.
Yep. Good luck, guys.
Yeah.